I'm Brendan McCarthy. I'm the Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer for Ballyhoo Hospitality. We are a small boutique hospitality group here in Chicago, currently with 10 locations and growing. We first were introduced to TipHaus through one of our trusted friends in the community. And when we first started testing, what we were trying to solve really was to get a better understanding of how our tip process was working from an employee perspective and also from a management perspective, and where we could find some efficiencies and solve a few problems. The main problem that we were trying to solve was errors. Came to payroll processing, it was taking us quite a bit of time to calculate and confirm all of our tips from an employee perspective at 8 different locations. Each one of those locations at the time was running different tip rules and patterns based on the restaurant itself. So what we ended up doing was testing TipHaus for about 2 months. We ran our manual tip sheets as well as TipHaus in the background. We selected it because one of the main features was the integration with our point of sale system, partnered with Toast, and that worked out very well for us because of the integration. During the test time period, we started to notice that our managers were spending so much time to complete their manual tip sheet. Honestly, it was about an hour, half an hour to an hour a night. So throughout the week, we were saving close to 7 hours of management time. Once we got the system in place, once we tested it, we actually were planning on a 2-month phase-in process, but we jumped to a 4-week phase-in process for our locations because we were able to trust the system very quickly. We started realizing that when managers were doing the manual entries, for instance, they may have been putting 5 hours versus 4.85 hours. That small little bit of inaccuracy does make a big difference in an employee's paycheck. So we wanted to make sure that we had it implemented as quickly as possible because we trusted the exact timing and the accuracy of the tip process. So once we got that going, the efficiencies paid off for us from that standpoint. But it was also that we could put our managers to what we felt was the most important aspects of their job, to be more guest-focused and guest-facing. Since they weren't behind the computer as much, they had more time to really focus and engage with our team members and our guests. And I guess maybe the third point that I'd like to bring up was staff reliability and transparency. I think it's very important, certainly in this day and age here in the city of Chicago and the northern suburbs, that we are able to give our employees full transparency into their tip collection and process. We process payroll 2 times a week, and we're able to integrate their tips into their paychecks. Having them have an idea of what's coming through, we're building that trust with our team members week after week, and they're able to kind of come to us. If there's something that doesn't look right, we're able to have a more educated conversation with our team members. For instance, if there's ever an event or something that did happen at the restaurant that may not be consistent with our everyday pattern, we're able to isolate those incidences and put a solution forward through the data. So we're big fans here at Ballyhoo Hospitality at TipHaus. We're thankful for the integrations that they provided and the support that they are giving us through our restaurants, and we look forward to implementing more locations throughout the year.